I've never seen so many people so excited about fruits and vegetables.
From arugula to zucchini at the White House, Fresh Farm Market. Meet the Farmer TV is made possible by Planet Earth Diversified, Melli-Productions, and Leslie P. Jenkins Photography and Graphic Design. Culpeper's Channel 21, helping to preserve the agricultural history of Virginia, and Flavor Magazine, serving the Piedmont's local food and wine culture. I'm Michael Clark, your host for Meet the Farmer TV. Here we are today in front of the White House to find out about Fresh Farm Markets coming here to the DC metro area. Just across the park in Vermont and H, there's a whole farm market. The street's closed, there are 19 vendors, there are 2,000 people buying food as they come out of the office and get on the metro to head home. There's a special program where WIC coupons and food stamps are doubled in value for individuals who want to use EBT here at a farmer's market. Let's go talk to some of the vendors and find out how fresh food comes right from the local farms, right here within the Chesapeake Bay watershed, right here to the White House in Washington, D.C. Arugula to zucchini at the White House. Save the family farm.
In the kitchen.
You'll probably live long enough to sell a $2 a pound of tomato. He said, but you ain't never going to plow a piece of flat ground that ain't got any rocks in it.
In the end, the bill passed.
We want to be a model for local food production.
For locally grown food.
It's about market access.
Plants don't have personalities. I got one.
We have a great solution to some of these crises that we're now facing.
Then you're watching.
And you're watching.
And you're watching.
And you're watching.
Meet the Farmer TV. Let's go talk to some of the chefs that are in the restaurants and hotels right around the corner from the market, how excited they are to find farm fresh produce right out their back door. So Trey, what do you do now?
I'm the private chef for the Irish ambassador to the United States.
Okay.
I buy 90 to 95% of all of my product that's possible locally. We buy like 95% of all our meats. We make our own bacon, we make our own sausage, that sort of stuff. We buy as much of our fish locally as we possibly can in season. We buy basically everything but like paper towels, which if I knew they were made locally, I would. We buy our flowers locally. So I spend most of my time here and developed a relationship with the Fresh Farm-Market group, and all of these farmers are as close as family now. So
this must be really great that it's right here in
my backyard. Yeah, the response has been wonderful. I think most people that I deal with at these demonstrations want to learn something that they don't know about what they see in front of them. Because to me, it's like most farmers markets for most people is like that mega mart mentality. You walk into one of those giant stores and the lights are so bright and there's so much stuff everywhere, you don't know where to start. And you're so intimidated, you end up with this tiny little basket or bag full of products. Yeah. But if we approach something different here, like kale or Brussels sprouts or cabbage or something that they were either kind of turned off at their youth, or they think it takes too much time to cook.
I guess people are so used to those frozen packages of greens that taste terrible.
Frozen packages of greens, or like my grandmother and even my mother, boiling them down because they feel like these tough greens, you need a lot of water and you got to stew them until they fall apart, and that's not the case. And that's what we were trying to prove to them today. Like, this is not your grandmother's kale. These are not your grandmother's turnip greens. These are something new and fresh. And on top of being flavorful and interesting, they maintain their nutritional qualities. So it's like, it's so much better for you. So you're supporting local agriculture, you're eating something that tastes better, and it's 10 times better for you than anything you buy in the freezer section.
So tell us what you're doing here.
So
it looks like you're sampling some milk?
Testing some local yogurt. Very good, very tasty. We taste the bio produce. So
he's tasting the products so he can know how to use them in his restaurant.
Yeah, that gives me idea, creativity, and tomorrow we can do a recipe and add that on the menu for the neighborhood. It's perfect.
So what you find today might spur some new creativity and a new menu item tomorrow. So here we are at Vermont and H with Zach. Tell us about this new market. How long has it been going on?
So this market's been going on for about 2 weeks now. We had a great opening day with the First Lady, Michelle Obama, coming to visit, which was really amazing. And she gave a great speech about how important healthy food is to our children.
All right, I have to say, I have never seen so many people so excited about fruits and vegetables. This is a very, very good thing, and it's raining outside and everybody's pumped up. This is good. I also want to thank Ann and Bernie for all their hard work in making this farmers market a reality. You know, when we decided to plant the White House garden, we thought it'd be a great way to educate kids about eating more healthy. Right, kids? Vegetables. Yay for vegetables! But as it turned out, the garden has turned into so much more than we could have ever expected, and it's a really fun thing to do as well. This has been one of the greatest things that I've done in my life so far. It's just been a tremendous honor, and working with the kids in the DC community and hearing how they've learned and how they're growing and how they're sharing the information with their families just warms my heart and makes me hopeful for the future. As we look at tackling some of the biggest health problems that our nation faces, like obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and related issues like access to primary care and preventative health services, I've realized that little things like a garden can actually play a role in all of these larger discussions. They make us think about these issues in a way that maybe sometimes the policy conversations don't allow us to think. And it has truly inspired me and the White House staff to look for opportunities to put the topic of healthy eating right on the table and at the forefront of healthcare discussions. And this is one of the reasons why we're here today, why we're here supporting this effort today. I originally came to this issue, as many of you know, if you've read anything about me and health, really like most people, as a parent. I've got these two beautiful girls, and before we lived in this beautiful house down the street, we lived on the south side of Chicago. And like most parents, I was a working mother trying to put it all together, and I gradually learned that the food that I put on my table truly affects the health of my children in some fundamental ways. It affects not only what they eat, but their habits, how they think about food. And I've learned that when my family eats fresh food, healthy food, that it really affects how we feel, how we get through the day, and that's whether we're trying to get through math homework, or whether there's a cabinet meeting, or whether we're just walking the dog. The kind of food that we put into our body gives us the energy to get through the day. Farmers markets are a simple but major ingredient in solving access issues in many communities. And farmers markets do more than just help Americans feed their families healthy meals. They help America's family farmers. As you've met some of our great farmers here, and you'll get to know them. That's the good thing about farmers markets. You get to know the people who grow your food, how they do it, you know, who they are as people. That makes a huge difference. These farmers provide a critically important role in feeding this nation. Small and mid-sized farmers grow the fruits and vegetables that we find on our supermarket shelves as well, and at farmers markets, and they are an important part of creating a healthier environment, healthier communities, and healthier families. And we have to support them. And I want to thank all of the farmers and all the purveyors who have come out today to make this market such a wonderful resource for this community. Events like this one are more than just about the opportunity to provide good food. It's also about creating better communities. We know that when we start coming out to these markets, we're going to start talking to each other. We're going to talk about where'd you get those peaches and which stand, and let me try them, and what's fresh. We talk to each other in different ways. So this market is not just about food, it's about our community. And this is just the beginning of the discussion. So I want to thank everybody on the stage. I want to thank all of you for your excitement and your energy and standing in the rain. And now it's time to buy some food. Thank you all so much. Let's shop.
And we had the Secretary of Agriculture here, who also gave a great speech about the importance of local farms and farmers.
You know, farmers markets play a major initiative and key role in a program we initiated this week called Know Your Farmer, Know Your Food. We announced it this week at the USDA. It's a program which is chaired by Deputy Secretary Merrigan and is a department-wide effort to develop local and regional food systems and spur economic opportunity in rural America, and will be a major focus of our efforts in the months and years to come. The truth is that every single American family needs a farmer. I want you to think about that. Everyone needs a farmer. And we hope that Know Your Farmer, Know Your Food will initiate and begin a national conversation where we all learn more about where our food comes from, how it gets to our plate, and how hard our farmers work. So today I am announcing 86 grants worth more than $4.5 million through USDA Farmers Market Promotion Program to encourage and support the viability of farmers markets like this one across the nation. I'm proud also to say that 18% of these resources will go to create electronic benefit transfer opportunities so that people receiving SNAP benefits will also be able to take advantage of fresh fruits and vegetables. Through the hard work of those who promote farmers markets, we've seen over the last 15 years a dramatic growth in the number of farmers markets, from about 1,700 15 years ago to 4,700 today, and that number, I guarantee, will continue to grow. Finally, I want to say that today's event is really a testament to the commitment of President Obama and the White House, and particularly and with due respect to my boss, the President, the commitment particularly of our First Lady, Michelle Obama, who has single-handedly made health and the well-being of America's children one of her top priorities. It is a pleasure and an honor to be joined by our First Lady, as I was to plant the White House garden. All of USDA is excited about the partnership between the White House and USDA.
And so we weren't sure how, after the first day, how the customer count would be the next day, and this week has been great.
Yeah, we're kind of wall-to-wall people here.
I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Really exciting.
See all sorts of security badges and police officers and all kinds of people that are taking part in it.
Yeah.
So I noticed that there are not a lot of straw hats as I walk around DC here.
Yeah.
So it must be kind of unusual to actually have farmers right here at Vermont and H.
It is. It's very unusual, but I've heard overwhelmingly from all the customers that they're very excited about this. They really are happy to see farmers here, see the beautiful produce. A lot of them are leaving work now and getting to shop and bring it home to their family to have a great dinner. So people are really excited to see those folks in straw hats. There's a few of them behind the tents, you know, you see them.
Yeah, how long is this running?
So it's running all the way through the end of October. It's every Thursday from 3 to 7 p.m.
Okay.
So the last day will be October 29th.
And then next year, you're going to do it again?
It's unclear. This is just a test run to see what it's like, and then we'll regroup and see what happens. There's no yes or no right now.
Okay.
We're just seeing how it goes, but it's been great so far.
Well, that's really interesting. Now, are there any other of the founding members here?
Yeah, there are. So Bernie Prince is one of the founding members, along with Ann Yonkers. So they both started Fresh Farm Markets, started with the DuPont Circle Market, and have built out Fresh Farm Markets to run, I think it's 7 or 8 markets now at this point in the DC, Maryland area.
7 markets?
I think it's that. It may be more than that, but you can double check with them.
Okay, well, let's go talk to Bernie.
Okay.
All right, so here we are with Bernie Prince. You're the founding member of Fresh Farm Markets?
I'm one of the co-founders and co-directors of Fresh Farm Market. There are 2 of us women that started Fresh Farm Markets.
And when did that happen?
1997.
97?
We started our first market in Washington, D.C. in the DuPont Circle neighborhood. And we've just continued to grow since then.
Now, there's been a lot of news about the First Lady signing papers and having the market. Did she think it up, or did you propose it to her?
No, actually, the idea evolved through a series of meetings, and actually Ann Yonkers was in the first meeting, and it was a connection with the White House chef, Sam Cass, and his idea of healthy eating, healthy living. What other things can we do besides the White House garden? And so we do farmers markets. So of course we said, you know, we can think of a farmers market and look to see if there's something in the neighborhood close to the White House that we could do as far as a farmers market. So,
Was it difficult to close the street and get all the trucks in?
It's not so difficult to get all the trucks in. The issue is that we have to go through a permit process in Washington, D.C. in order to set up the market. So we have to show the city that we're not interfering with traffic, we're not blocking rush hour, traffic lanes, that kind of thing, and that the market can be a good neighbor, both with the, the organizations in the neighborhood and with the traffic flow and everything. So once we go through that process, get the approval of the people in the immediate neighborhood for the markets, and then pay the fees, there are fees for the city to be there, then we can set up the market.
So it must really help having the First Lady file the papers.
First Lady didn't file the papers. I filed the papers. I went down, we did all the community building in the neighborhood because it's a FreshFarm-Markets that is doing this farmers market. So I went down to the District Department of Transportation and filed and worked with the directors there to make sure this farmers market could open. But I filed the papers.
Okay.
And I did know that it was a farmers market near the White House, so I did think that probably made them a little bit more eager to help us.
Well, that's great.
Yes.
Well, tell us about this program here. You all take food stamps here at the market.
We do take food stamps. This is the third farmers market that we take food stamps on. We started last year at our 8th Street Northeast market and our Silver Spring, Maryland market. So we'd already had a track record in doing food stamps at markets. So when we decided to do this White House market, we said, let's try and add this food stamp component to our farmers market. And so USDA said, sure, you've got a track record, you do good record keeping, you can do that. So this Fresh Food Got Cheaper, though, is the fact that we're doing this Double Dollars program. So that's a little bit on top of the food stamps. So if you're a food stamp or a WIC or a senior coupon customer, and you come to our information table here and say you want to do $20 worth of food stamps today, we say that's great, we'll swipe your card, give you your $20 worth of tokens to shop in the market, and then we say, and we're giving you 20 more free dollars to shop in the farmers market. So their $20 is really $40 worth of food in the market. What it is we have a big record keeping system. At the end of the market, our staff person goes around, takes those pieces of script and tokens, gives them a receipt. We collect all the paperwork, and at the end of the month, I then reimburse them for a month's worth of those, because they didn't get any money until we paid them back.
Right.
The great thing about this is that it is getting people that maybe aren't used to being in a farmer's market setting and shopping in a farmer's market for food. It's getting them used to the habit of coming to a farmer's market.
Right.
So
and it's a great way to double their money.
It's double the money, make the food a little bit more affordable. And get them to try this wonderful local food that we have here. It is so delicious. And that's what we want to do, is get people hooked on that local food. So the money for this program, the initial grant came from Wholesome Wave Foundation, which is, that's the Paul Newman Foundation up in Connecticut. And then we've gotten individuals to contribute and make generous gifts, so we got additional money that way. And then a foundation in DC gave us money. So I'm guessing that we will likely spend about $20,000. Giving away $20,000 in free food coupons to people to eat more healthy because of the markets.
That's terrific.
It's terrific. It's really a win-win.
So Fresh Farm Markets is a nonprofit organization?
Fresh Farm-Markets is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. So we can take gifts from foundations, from individuals, from corporations. So it makes it, a way to spread out how we do our work and our activities to be able to get some funding for a program like this. Really terrific.
Well, that's great. Let's go take a look at some of the vendors.
Sure. I think that's the best thing to do at farmers markets. Go shop.
So what do we have here?
Well, we've got peppers, we've got tomatoes. The great thing that this market is that we started and we still have some of the summer product. We've still got the fall stuff coming in, butternut squash, the acorn squash you'll see over there. But we still have some of the summer product. See this wonderful basil to be able to make your own pesto, and the tomatoes are still here. Probably only a week or two more for these, but we're really glad to see them in the market.
Is there a website where people can go to find more information?
Lots of information on our website, www.freshfarm-markets.org. And what you can do, you can click on, even if you're somewhere else in the world, you can click on our farmers and producers, and there are little sketches on each one of the farmers and producers in all our markets. You can also go and see where our other 8 markets are, because this is the 9th of 8 markets that we run.
9 markets?
9 markets.
All in the district?
9 markets, 5 in DC and 4 in Maryland.
Okay.
So.
Is there anyone else here from the organization we should speak to?
Oh, we do. Yes, actually, Ann Yonkers, my co-director of Fresh Farm-Markets, is here. Ann and I started the organization together, and I think she's over there shopping. So you need to stop her from shopping.
We'll go
and
get
her to talk.
All right.
Nice to see you. Thanks for being here.
You bet. So Ann, you're one of the founders of this whole operation.
I sure am, and I'm a cooking teacher. And I thought, gosh, I've been trying to teach people how to cook, and what I really need to do is teach them about the source of their food and go back to the resource base that's disappearing. And so all those things came together. I did a research project, which was really a study of a viability study of and feasibility in Washington, D.C., saying, can we really found a farmer's market? And then Bernie and I, we had the good luck to meet each other. She was at American Farmland Trust, and I was leaving the nonprofit where I had worked and where I did that feasibility study, and we both were passionate about this whole issue of local food and had our own backgrounds. And over the years, we've just managed to make things happen with these markets.
Now, are all the markets on Thursday, or are they different days of the week?
The markets are all different days of the week.
And there are 9 of them.
There are 9 now. Wow. This is the 9th. Yeah, so we have 2 on Thursday. We have an established one in Penn Quarter, which was opened in 2003. We have one on Wednesday, which is near GW Hospital and the medical school. That's Foggy Bottom. And then the others are weekend markets. We have 4 on Saturdays, and we have 2 on Sundays. So
and this is a Thursday market?
This is a Thursday market. It's what we call a commuter market. This is for people coming home and going home. Because it's the middle of the city, people can hop on the metro. They can, on their way to their garages, they can pick up their stuff and go home and eat well.
I can't wait to see the wax boxes going on the metro now, the big squashes.
I'm not sure there's going to be wax, but a lot of people bring their own bags, as you've seen. Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Well, that's great. Now, you have a special event coming up.
We have, it's sort of my love, my real love in this organization has always been connecting chefs and farmers, because they're best friends naturally, and we call it the Farmland Feast. We've been doing it since 2000, and it's become a very important part of our bottom line. We fund ourselves that way, and it's exciting. We have 14 chefs that are cooking. We have a farmer who speaks annually, and then we have a live auction and a silent auction. That's November 9th. And it's always on a Monday night, a good night for the chefs. This year, I think we're going to have probably 350 people.
Wow! Now, is that invitation only, or is
it? No. We'd love for people to know more about it. They can go onto our website and find out more about the Farmland Feast, and they can buy tickets there.
Terrific. And what's the website?
FreshFarm-Market.org.
Okay. Well, thank you, Ann.
You're welcome.
Is there anything we missed or that we should get?
Well, I want to make sure that you get beautiful pictures of the food that's at the market, but also how people's faces look. Okay. I always say that's very different in a farmer's market than in a grocery store.
Yeah, and already even the police officers look different walking through here. You know, they're kind of like,
Gunpowder Bison and Trading Company is a farm based out of Moncton, Maryland. We have 120 acres plus another 70 acres that we farm. We raise an all-natural, grass-fed, grain-finished bison that's just delicious, very lean for you. And we're happy to be down here at the White House Farmers Market by Fresh Farms, really bringing it to the people that can't come see our farm. We're bringing the farm right to them. We do a couple different things to be sustainable as a farm, one of them being rotational grazing. We take the animals out each week and move them from pasture to pasture, cuts down on the runoff, allows the animals to eat the healthy, nutritious tips of the grass. We also collect rainwater, which we use, and that rainwater actually goes to help supply the water for the animals to drink. It was even said that George Washington, it's great we're down in DC, it was said that George Washington saw bison roaming near the Potomac. So what we really wanted to do was bring back a majestic beast, a beast that used to be on the land. And you see a lot of cattle around, and nothing against cattle, but bison are just such a majestic animal. When you see them out there grazing on the grass, it's just something to see. So we really want everybody to come out to the farm. We do farm tours. We have a store open Wednesday through Sunday, and we'd love for you to come out and see the animal in their real habitat in real life.
Here we are with Michael Clun of Sunnyside, and I understand you're the only people that Michelle would buy from last week.
Well, we were actually fortunate enough, our positioning was perfect. We actually were asked, the truck, the logo on the truck was actually painted by one of our interns. It looks beautiful. It's kind of covered up today. They liked the way we set up the stand, so we actually came to the market for the first day. They told me I'd be in a good position. So I came rolling into the market. One of the market people came up and said, we're going to set your truck right behind the stage. It's going to be the backdrop for the First Lady's speech. I was like, okay, that's cool. Yeah. And oh, by the way, we want you to set up your stand right next to the stage. oh, that's real cool. And it's funny, you know, 23 years as a medic and a firefighter, don't get excited about a whole lot.
Yeah.
I was excited. Yeah. It was like crazy. It was great. It was
Doing your pulse.
Yeah, big deep breath, big deep breath.
Okay.
Yeah. It was great. It was great. Wonderful experience. The speeches were outstanding. Really supportive of not only the local movement, local agriculture, but also that local agriculture going directly to the consumer, which is fantastic. And I'm really, really pleased with the way this market's been done.
To me, if there is any money to be made in this business, it's standing right here on this street, giving it to the lady that is going to use it, and being responsible to her, and only her. It's like, you know, we're selling the gazpacho and this stuff, and the lady says, what if I don't like it? And I said, well, how are you going to lose any money? She said, what do you mean? I said, if you come back next week and tell me you don't like it, I'm going to lay something else on you. I'm not going to let you go away from here thinking I ripped you off. You deal with me every day, every week. So what if I need you? You know, I don't need a customer to come through here and give me $20. I need them to come through here every week and give me $20. So in order to do that, yeah, I've got to be their farmer. And that's the way I prefer it. And it cuts out on a lot of off-the-wall stuff. And I don't badmouth anybody for how they farm or how they want to farm. You want to farm organic, farm organic. You want to be sustainable, be sustainable. Natural, be natural. I don't care what you call it, as long as you're responsible to your customer.
Now, there's all this flat land in West Virginia. How are you growing all this stuff?
Yeah, I'll tell you, my daddy, my father used to ask me and say, boy, he'd say, what do you want out of this life? And I'd think for a second, I'd say, well, Dad, I'll tell you what. I said, I'd like to be able to sell a tomato for over $2 a pound. And I would love to plow a piece of flat ground and have no rocks in it. And he thought for a second, he said, you'll probably live long enough to sell a $2 a pound tomato. He said, but you ain't never gonna plow a piece of flat ground and ain't got any rocks in it. And it's the truth. I get over $2 a pound for tomatoes right regular.
I'm
still plowing them rocks up. So, you know, it's just one of those things.
So if you're looking to create a dinner tonight for your family, this is where it's at. We've got everything from carrots to pork to cheese to whatever you need to put on your dinner table. We also have, if you want to knit your own tablecloth, there's some wool for you to even put over your table. We've got everything here. It's great. The farmers here use a number of sustainable practices. There are some who are certified organic. There are some who use integrated pest management. Just a whole variety of great farmers with great produce who are really protecting the land and the area that we live in this beautiful area that we have.
Well, there you have it, arugula to zucchini, fresh from the farm here at the White House at Fresh Farm-Markets at Vermont and Age. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Meet the Farmer TV. You watch Meet the Farmer TV anytime at watch.meetthefarmer.tv.
Well, today we're at the Heritage Harvest Festival at Monticello.
And it started just as an idea that there are so many local varieties that people don't know about.
Meet the Farmer TV is made possible by Planet Earth Diversified, Melli-Productions, and Leslie P. Jenkins Photography and Graphic Design. Culpeper's Channel 21, helping to preserve the agricultural history of Virginia, and Flavor Magazine, serving the Piedmont's local food and wine culture.